Good evening. This is Dr. Bonsai, Dr. Bonsai's Meme Emporium, and tonight I have something kind of special. Legendary Mechwarriors 3. When in fact it's just one guy. He just likes to change mechs like most people change their pants. A really great 6 mech box that came out with the Mercenaries Kickstarter. Displaying the most mercenary of all mercenary mech warriors, the legendary bounty hunter. So, as you can see, you get 6 mechs instead of 4. So this one is, I believe, a little bit pricier. No listed MSRP on here. So, I believe I got this from Aries Games and Miniatures for $40. So not sponsored, but. I'm really excited. Now, one of the things I try to do with all these new Lance Pack videos, especially where there are repeats, I try to find all of the repeated models in that for that particular mech. The problem is all but one of these mechs have, all but 2 of them actually have multiple configurations or multiple presses of those mechs in different poses and whatnot. So I have endeavored to do my best to find every derivation of Marauder, every derivation of Griffin, every derivation of the Timberwolf, as well as the Warhammer and the Marauder 2. Not the Marauder 2C, but the Marauder 2, because I believe there's only one version of that. This makes 2. So let's take a look at this. So first things first, we start with the paperwork. And all right, so you get the basically a timestamp on each one of these when this guy actually was using these mechs. So we have the 3015 bounty hunter using the captured Marauder from Natasha Kerensky, or no, that was the Warhammer he captured. So then 3138. And then you have Warhammer 6R, which is standard Warhammer, 9K. And you have the Griffin 2N, which is a Star League variant with 2 SRM 6s that replace the LRM rack. So, and then you get a C version of that. You get the Bounty Hunter Mad Cat, which is a custom Omnimech configuration because he did some wet work in the clan invasion corridors, and that's what he did. So he managed to snag himself a Mad Cat and then a Mad Cat S. Then this is, if you were like looking for the one mech to get this box for, it would probably be the Loki Mark II, because the Loki Mark II is a really great Dark Age Ill Clan design. And it's Omnimech. It's got good firepower. It's a real nail driver. So, and then you have, of course, the Bounty Hunter 2, and then you have the 8K Marauder 2 version. So you can kind of see this one's got a lot more firepower. It's a lot hotter. This one not as hot. Damage curve isn't as good. So, and then you get Legend of the Bounty Hunter. So you basically get, you know, the man himself, right? So if you were going to play a game and he was like the big bad boss of your campaign or chaos campaign or whatever, this is the guy you drop on the table. Then you have the various people that had pretended to be the bounty hunter or had worked for the bounty hunter at some point. So you have Vic Travers, you have Kudo, 3014 version of the bounty hunter. And keep in mind, look at all these stats: 1300 00 00. Coal biter 43, nothing to write home about. Michi Frazier 00. Jonathan Kamamori 00. And the Bounty Hunter 3151 Bounty 00. So, good God. So yeah, don't just turn up to casual play with this guy, because I think your friend's not going to appreciate it, and those friends won't be very friendly with you for much longer. So, this out, and you have was a really great piece, and I think it was watching somebody like the Armed Painter or somebody. He was like, "Oh yeah, you could. What if you just cut out the back of the box, and you could do a display piece with that?" I'm like, "Yeah, you could do that." So, all right. So this is going to be tricky because the one of the Marauders has the dorsal gun change gimmick as well. So I will do my best to get this all out, and then push them to the forefront. So you have now something I noticed about this particular Warhammer is that the gun cluster underneath the arms are gone, and the SRM rack is oriented north to south as opposed to east to west like a standard Warhammer. So this is a standard Warhammer you would get in a Lance pack. So you can see the missing guns. Details are otherwise identical, so that's pretty cool looking. It's a nice. For some reason, that north-south orientation to the missile launcher just adds something. It just does something for the profile of the Warhammer. So, and then last but not least, you have another variation, which is dual SRM 2-packs and the gun clusters, and of course, so you can see the difference there. So the guy in front is the new version. So, and you have the Bounty Hunter Marauder 2, which this thing's a beast. I love this new redesign. It is a chunky boy. It's got some sort of ECM, I think, on top, and the gun, I want to say, is some sort of Gauss rifle or whatever. And then this is primed like a light gray, but this is the other iteration of it. So as you can see, not a whole lot different, just in the minor details. Oh, I guess this thing has a little flange for command control, whatever. So as you can see, the barrel ends are different, indicating that there's something else. They have more ports on the Bounty Hunter version, and so it's looks like the jump jets changed places as well. So looking pretty good there. Now there is no other pressing of the Loki Mark II. So this thing we're going to examine on its own merits. Oh man. Mechwarrior 4 Vengeance is calling my name. Oh man, if you know, you know. Looks fantastic. And of course, much more capable, much scarier machine than your standard Hellbringer, which is basically armored in tissue paper. And you can really see the difference in the basically the heft and the weight looking on the armor. It just looks more protected. So there's that. And then you have the Marauder. This one's going to be fun because I've got 3 other Marauders off to the side that I've got a display here. So you have the Marauder itself, nice action pose Marauder, striding forward, guns leveled, and then you have the two different cannons. So you have this, which is, I believe, a PPC, and then you have this, which is, I believe, some kind of an auto cannon. So there's that, and that's actually friction fits, so that's kind of nice. So if you want to just leave it unglued, you can just boop and maybe thicken that peg with a couple of coats of like super thin super glue. You can have it just like pop in and out. So fairly beefy guns. So I'm going to leave that one on, and this is, figure out which one is what. Yeah, this is the standard Marauder, and as you can see, the gun on top is very different. The pose is similar, just different foot movement. It almost looks like this one's a little bit sharper in detail, and I think that's probably down to them figuring out how to mold these better in the material. Yeah, definitely an improvement in detail there. And then next, you have the Grayson Carlisle Marauder. So this one's is fairly close. Again, you can see the sharpness of the sculpts. the difference in sharpness, and you can see the guns are basically the same as those two. So those two back there, and then you have the Red Duke's Marauder from the other legendary Mechwarrior pack, which has again two different gun derivations. So you have this one's more feet planted, ready to shoot. So, and this one has a like a rack 5. Definitely the fit is not as good on that one, and I don't know why. And then you have this version, which is kind of like a, I believe, just a Gauss rifle or an AC or PPC or something. So, so again, yeah. So that's all your, so that's all your Marauder variants right there. And then let me push these guys a little bit forward so we can kind of get them all in frame at once. Perfect. And then you have the 2N, the Star League model Griffin, which has the 2 SRM6s and the PPC, as well as I want to say an ECM suite as well. So very similar armament, although it kind of stands the standard Griffin on its head by switching out to the SRMs. And then you have the standard Griffin that comes in the beginner box, which again, LRM-10, PPC, nothing to write home about. Fairly static pose. This guy's moving forward. He's advancing. This guy's kind of just landed, or he's, you know, setting his stance wide to get ready to shoot. And then last but not least, the Kellhound variant, or the one that came in the Kellhound box with the LRM-20, I believe. And basically all the same kind of stuff. So nothing to write home about with either of those. And this one, again, really dynamic sculpt. It's moving forward. It's charging. It's got good motion to it. So it's pretty good. That's the Star League variant, and you're not going to sniff at a Star League variant. So you have the man himself, the Bounty Hunter Marauder Mad Cat, which has, or the Timberwolf, if you're so inclined, which I believe has 4 SRM6s, an ER large laser, 2 ER medium lasers, and I believe some either small lasers or pulse lasers. It's kind of hard to tell. The fidelity of the sculpt is really good. You can see where the weapon ports are porting. You can see the difference in the gun. And so, of course, we have the other standard Mad Cat Prime, so you can see the difference in the gun barrels, and definitely this one appears to be the sharper of the two, because again, like I said, I think they did a really good job figuring out where they went wrong with the technology and got better with the mold technology. So there's that. And then last but not least, the Aiden Pride version, which strips out a lot of the smaller weapons in favor of jump jets. And actually, if you can see, this variation has jump jets as well, but not nearly as many as Mr. Jade Phoenix himself. So again, all look really great. So in summary, you get the ultimate boss encounter for your BattleTech players if you're a DM or a GM game master, or if you're just looking for a fun time and you want to give your friends at the store a challenge. For the price point that I got it from Ares, again, not sponsored, I think it's pretty good to get 6 really cool looking mechs. Even though, as you can see by the Rogues Gallery behind us, they've kind of done it before. You know, they've done all these before. So if you're not a fan of duplicates, obviously stay away. But if you're a fan of the Bounty Hunter, I know a lot of people are. I'm starting to really get into his lore, because I was not that big of a fan of him to begin with, and now I'm kind of on board and kind of see his appeal. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I gotta do the YouTube shelf stuff, so like, comment, subscribe if you like this content. If you want to see me continue doing this kind of thing, consider supporting me over at Ko-Fi, ko-fi.com/Dr. Bonsai. I try to keep that page updated as often as I keep my Facebook page, because I know a lot of people don't use Facebook anymore. And my Facebook page is Dr. Bonsai. Dr. Bonsai's is Dr. Bonsai's Meme Emporium. So let me know what you think. Is this just resculpts and then you get the one rare Pokemon, or do you think this is a good value add for the game? Let me know in the comments. Bye.